Have you ever found yourself stuck, waiting for the perfect moment to act, only to realize that moment never comes? Maybe you sit there hoping motivation will magically appear, pushing you to take that first step. But deep down you know it won't. The truth is, motivation is not something you wait for. It's something you create by forcing yourself into action. This idea feels uncomfortable, even difficult. But what if this discomfort is exactly the key to unlocking the power inside you? What if forcing yourself to act is the first step toward becoming the confident leader you've always admired? Imagine the frustration of having big dreams, goals that set your heart on fire but no movement toward them. It's like standing at the edge of a cliff, ready to jump but frozen by fear. That freeze, that hesitation, is natural. It's how our minds protect us from risk. But here's the secret most people don't realize. Waiting for motivation to strike is a trap. It's a lie your brain tells you to keep you safe but keeps you stuck at the same time. The people who succeed, who inspire, who lead, they don't wait to feel motivated. They act first and motivation follows. Action is the spark. Without it, nothing changes. There is a powerful connection between action and leadership. Leaders don't just think or dream about change, they make it happen. And at the core of this transformation is communication. When you force yourself to speak up, to share your thoughts clearly and confidently, you start shaping your reality. Your words become tools that carve the path ahead. But before you reach that point, you must overcome the invisible barrier inside, the fear, the hesitation, the resistance that keeps you silent. This video is here to guide you through that barrier. You'll learn how forcing yourself into action changes everything. You'll discover why the most successful people don't wait for feelings to motivate them. They push through doubt, silence their fears, and move forward anyway. By the end of this video, you'll have practical insights that you can apply immediately to start speaking like a leader and acting like one too. The reward for watching till the end? You'll gain a simple but powerful mindset shift, one that rewires your thinking. It will help you transform from someone who waits for motivation into someone who creates it, someone who commands respect with every word, and someone who turns ideas into reality through bold action. This shift is not just about motivation. It's about changing the way your brain works so you can lead your life with confidence and purpose. Human psychology teaches us that the brain seeks comfort and avoids pain. That's why the idea of forcing yourself to act can feel like swimming upstream. Your mind naturally resists discomfort, preferring to stay in familiar patterns, even if those patterns don't lead anywhere. But the moments when you push past that resistance, when you decide to speak up, to take a small step forward, those are the moments your brain rewires itself for growth. The discomfort you feel is actually a sign you're breaking free from old limitations. So, what does forcing yourself to take action really mean? It means refusing to wait for perfect feelings or perfect conditions. It means starting, even if you don't feel ready. It means saying the words you fear, taking the steps you hesitate on, and choosing to move forward no matter what. It's not about reckless speed or impatience. It's about deliberate, courageous movement. Every action, no matter how small, is a victory over doubt. And this is where the communication piece comes in. When you force yourself to speak clearly and confidently, you begin to think more clearly too. Your mind organizes your thoughts, your confidence grows, and others start to see you as a leader. This is no coincidence. Psychology shows that speech and thought are deeply connected. Speaking with intention rewires your brain to believe in your own power. The more you practice this, the stronger and more natural it becomes. This video will help you understand these secrets, the unspoken rules successful leaders use every day to move forward and inspire others. It will show you how to take control of your inner voice, how to break free from silence, and how to speak like someone who is already winning. The first step is always the hardest, but it is also the most important. Force yourself to take it, and you will never look back the same way again. Remember, action is the bridge between dreams and reality. If you want to be the leader of your own life, you cannot wait for motivation to arrive on its own. You must become the source of your own drive, and it starts right now with a choice to push forward even when it feels difficult. Stay with this video. By the end, you will have the tools to begin that journey. You will learn how to speak with the power and clarity of a leader and how to keep moving when others stop. Because true leaders don't wait for the right moment, they create it. And you can too. Waiting for motivation to come naturally feels like the logical thing to do. After all, why should you act if you don't feel ready or inspired? But this mindset is exactly what holds most people back. Motivation is not a magic spark that appears out of nowhere. It is the result of action, not the cause. The moment you begin to move, even in the smallest way, your brain starts producing the motivation you need to keep going. Think about it. When you start speaking, even if your voice shakes or your words are uncertain, something changes inside. That first step breaks the cycle of hesitation. Movement creates momentum, and momentum fuels motivation. This is how leaders think. They understand that waiting to feel motivated is a lie your mind tells to stay comfortable and safe. True progress demands action before feelings catch up. This is why forcing yourself to take action is not about willpower alone. It's about rewiring your brain to shift focus from how do I feel to what can I do right now. It's a mental reset that changes your internal dialogue. Instead of waiting for permission from your emotions, you give yourself permission to move, speak, and lead. When action leads, motivation follows naturally. This creates a powerful cycle. You take one step, your confidence grows, and that fuels the next step. With every small action, you are building a stronger, more confident version of yourself. A person who doesn't wait for perfect conditions but creates them. This is the mindset of successful people. They don't wait to feel ready, they make readiness happen. Your brain craves certainty and control. When you force yourself into action, you take control of your mindset. You signal to your brain that you are the leader of your own life. This breaks the cycle of doubt and fear, and it sets you on the path toward clear, confident communication, the hallmark of every true leader. So, don't wait for motivation, don't wait for the perfect moment. Force yourself to start now. That first step is the turning point. The moment you act, motivation will follow, and with it, the confidence and clarity to speak and lead like never before. Action is not just about doing. It is about overcoming the natural resistance inside you. Your brain is wired to avoid discomfort and uncertainty because it wants to keep you safe. But safety often means staying stuck in the same place with the same fears and doubts. The difference between those who lead and those who follow lies in one simple choice, the choice to move forward despite discomfort. When you force yourself to take action, you send a powerful message to your brain. You tell it that growth matters more than comfort. This rewires your nervous system to accept challenge as normal, not threat. Each time you push through fear or hesitation, your brain strengthens new pathways that make future actions easier and more natural. This process is like building a muscle. At first, it feels heavy and difficult. You feel pain and fatigue. But the more you work at it, the stronger you become. Similarly, pushing yourself to speak up or take initiative rewires your mind to welcome leadership and confidence. You become someone who doesn't wait for permission or perfect conditions, but creates success by action. Understanding this is key to unlocking your potential. Fear and discomfort are not signs that you should stop. They are signals that you are growing. The moment you decide to act despite these feelings, you step into the leader's mindset. Leaders don't avoid discomfort. They embrace it because they know it leads to growth and success. This is why communication is so vital. Speaking clearly and confidently requires stepping into discomfort. It requires risking judgment and rejection. But with every word you force yourself to say, you build strength. You train your brain to associate speaking up with progress, not pain. Taking action despite fear rewires your internal dialogue. It turns "I can't" into "I will." It shifts your identity from someone who waits to someone who leads. This mental transformation is the foundation of successful communication and leadership. So, whenever you feel hesitation or fear creeping in, remember this: discomfort is your invitation to grow. Choose action over comfort. Speak up even if your voice trembles. Take the step even if it feels hard, because this is how leaders are made, not by waiting, but by forcing themselves to act. Action alone is powerful, but when combined with clear communication, it becomes unstoppable. Taking action means more than just moving your body or doing tasks. It means expressing your ideas, your vision, and your confidence through your words. Communication is the tool leaders use to influence, inspire, and create change. Without it, action can be directionless and ineffective. When you force yourself to speak up, you are not just sharing words, you are shaping your reality. Every sentence you say aloud becomes a declaration of intent. It signals to your brain and to others that you are ready to lead. This is why communication and action are deeply connected. You can't truly lead without expressing yourself clearly and boldly. Your words hold power. They create the world around you. When you speak with confidence, you influence how others see you and how you see yourself. This is not just about sounding good. It's about believing in what you say and standing firm in your message. Leaders speak as if their words already have weight because they understand that confidence grows with every word spoken. But many hesitate because of fear of judgment, fear of making mistakes, fear of rejection. These fears can silence you, even when you know that speaking out is necessary. Yet silence kills progress. Every moment you stay quiet, opportunity slips away. The chance to inspire, to change, or to grow disappears. This is why forcing yourself to communicate is as important as forcing yourself to act. When you speak, even if your voice shakes or you stumble, you break the cycle of doubt. You build a new pattern, one where your voice matters and your ideas deserve to be heard. Remember, action without communication can be wasted energy. Communication without action is empty words. Together, they create a powerful cycle that propels you forward. By forcing yourself to take both steps, action and clear communication, you align your mind and body with the leader inside you. This alignment is the secret behind the success of those who inspire the world. Deep inside, your mind wants to keep you safe. It resists change and avoids discomfort because it's built to protect you from harm. This natural resistance is why taking action often feels so hard. When faced with uncertainty, your brain triggers fear, doubt, and hesitation. It's like an invisible barrier holding you back from moving forward. But here's the truth. That resistance is normal. It's part of being human. The moment you push through this discomfort, you are not only breaking a mental barrier, you are growing stronger. Every time you face fear and keep going, your brain adapts. It learns that discomfort doesn't mean danger, it means progress. This is why the people who achieve greatness don't wait for fear to disappear. They act in spite of it. They understand that growth happens outside the comfort zone. When you force yourself to act, even when your mind screams to stop, you reprogram your brain to welcome challenge instead of fearing it. Think about the times you've faced discomfort before. Or maybe it was speaking in front of others, starting a new project, or making a tough decision. Each moment you pushed through, you became more resilient. Your brain built new pathways that made the next challenge feel a little easier. This is how habits form and how confidence grows. The discomfort you feel when taking action is not a sign to quit. It's a signal that you're moving toward your potential. Leaders recognize this. They don't wait for fear to vanish. They move forward while it's there. They know that the discomfort is temporary, but the strength gained is lasting. So when you feel fear, hesitation, or doubt rising inside you, don't run from it. Lean into it. Use it as a sign that you are on the path to growth. Every step you force yourself to take through discomfort rewires your brain and builds the courage needed to lead and communicate with power. This is how true change begins, one brave action at a time. Big achievements don't happen overnight. They start with small steps, tiny actions that often feel insignificant but carry incredible power. Forcing yourself to take that first small step is the secret weapon of every successful leader. It creates momentum, and momentum turns small beginnings into unstoppable progress. When you feel stuck, overwhelmed, or unsure, focus on one simple action. Speak one sentence. Send one message. Take one step forward. This is not about doing everything at once. It's about starting somewhere. That single act breaks the cycle of hesitation and builds confidence. It proves to your brain that action is possible, even when it feels hard. Psychology shows that our brains respond strongly to progress, even small progress. Each tiny success releases chemicals that boost motivation and pleasure. This creates a positive feedback loop. The more small steps you take, the more motivated you feel to keep going. It's like lighting a fire. one matchstick at a time until the whole flame ignites. Leaders understand this instinctively. They don't wait for big moments or perfect plans. They move with what they have. They start small, knowing that every little action builds a foundation for something greater. This approach makes daunting goals manageable and transforms fear into forward movement. The key is consistency. Taking small actions every day rewires your brain for success. It trains you to act, speak, and lead naturally. Over time, those small steps become habits. Habits turn into skills. Skills turn into leadership. So don't underestimate the power of tiny actions. Force yourself to do just one thing, say one sentence out loud, share one idea, or take one step toward your goal. That one action creates momentum, breaks fear, and sets you on the path to lead and communicate with confidence. The journey to success is built one small step at a time. What sets a leader apart is not just what they say, but how they say it. The leader's voice carries clarity, confidence, and conviction. These are not just qualities people are born with. They are skills developed by consistently forcing yourself to communicate with purpose. Clarity means knowing what you want to say and expressing it simply. Confident speech shows that you believe in your message, even if you don't feel 100% certain yet. Conviction means standing by your words, owning them fully without hesitation. When you combine these three, your voice becomes a powerful tool that commands attention and respect. Leaders don't mumble or speak in half-truths. They speak deliberately, choosing words that matter. They don't waste energy on filler or doubt. Instead, every sentence is intentional and meaningful. This kind of communication influences others and shapes outcomes. You don't need to be perfect. The key is to force yourself to practice these habits. Slow down your speech so your mind can catch up with your words. Choose words carefully, making sure they reflect your true thoughts. Most importantly, believe in what you say, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. Every time you speak with clarity, confidence, and conviction, you strengthen the leader inside you. Your brain adapts, learning that your voice has power, and your words create change. This builds lasting self-esteem and transforms how others respond to you. Remember, the leader's voice is not about being loud or aggressive. It's about being clear, sure, and intentional. By forcing yourself to develop these communication habits, you step into leadership and inspire others to follow. Your words become the foundation of your influence and your action. Silence might feel safe, but it slowly kills your progress. Every moment you hesitate, every time you hold back your thoughts or feelings, you lose a chance to move forward. Silence builds walls around your potential, blocking the opportunities that come from expressing yourself. It keeps you trapped in doubt and fear. When you stay quiet, the world around you doesn't hear your ideas. Your voice fades into the background, and doors that could open remain shut. The cost of silence is not just lost opportunities, it's lost confidence. With each silent moment, your fear grows stronger, making it harder to speak up next time. The truth is, no one becomes a leader by staying silent. Leaders know that speaking up, even when it's uncomfortable, is necessary. They understand that every word spoken is a step toward influence and change. Silence may seem easier in the short term, but it always costs more in the long run. Breaking the silence starts with forcing yourself to say something, anything, out loud. The first word is often the hardest, but once it comes, the next words flow easier. Speaking even when your voice trembles builds courage. It weakens the hold fear has on you. Remember, silence allows your doubts and fears to grow unchecked. Action, especially in the form of clear communication, is the antidote. When you force yourself to break silence, you take control of your narrative, you claim your space, you begin to lead. The power to change your life and inspire others lies in your voice. Don't let silence steal that power. Speak, even if it feels scary, because every word you say is a victory over fear and a step toward becoming the leader you are meant to be. Fear is one of the strongest forces holding people back from taking action. It whispers doubts, magnifies risks, and convinces you that staying still is safer than moving forward. But fear, powerful as it seems, is often just a story your mind tells to keep you stuck. The real strength comes from facing fear head-on and refusing to let it control your choices. When you force yourself to act despite fear, You show your brain that you are in charge, not your emotions. This shifts the balance of power inside your mind. Each time you choose action over fear, you weaken the grip fear has on you. You build courage by proving to yourself that discomfort is temporary, but regret lasts much longer. The people who succeed are not fearless. They simply move forward anyway. Understanding this changes everything. Fear will never disappear completely, but it can lose its power if you refuse to listen to it. Taking action means choosing growth over safety. It means telling your brain that discomfort is the price of progress. This choice rewires your brain to see challenges as opportunities, not threats. You become stronger, more confident, and more capable of leading both yourself and others. Force yourself to act when fear strikes, and you will build the resilience needed to communicate and lead with impact. Remember, courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to act despite fear. This mindset is what separates leaders from followers, dreamers from doers. Every step you take against fear is a step toward your true potential. Motivation is often misunderstood. People think it's a feeling that comes first and then leads to action. But psychology reveals the opposite. Motivation grows after you begin to act. This means waiting to feel motivated is waiting in vain. True motivation is born from movement. When you force yourself to take action, your brain rewards you with dopamine, the chemical that makes you feel good and pushes you to keep going. This biological response fuels your desire to continue, creating a cycle where action leads to motivation, not the other way around. This is why the idea of waiting until you feel ready is a trap. There will never be a perfect moment or flawless feeling to begin. Leaders break free from this trap by starting first, even when motivation is absent. They understand that motivation follows doing, not the reverse. The power to change your life lies in this simple truth. The more you act, the more motivated you become. Each small success builds momentum and strengthens your inner drive. It rewires your brain to crave progress instead of comfort. So, don't wait for motivation. Create it by forcing yourself to move forward. Speak up, take the first step, and watch as your motivation grows stronger with every action you take. This is the mindset that separates those who dream from those who achieve. It's the mindset that will turn your ideas into reality. Your thoughts shape your reality more than you realize. When you tell yourself, "I can't" or "I'm not ready," you create mental barriers that stop you before you even begin. These negative beliefs limit your potential and keep you trapped in a cycle of inaction. Changing your mindset starts with the simple act of choosing what you say to yourself. When you force yourself to replace doubt with determination, you reprogram your brain for success. Saying "I will" instead of "I can't" changes your entire approach to challenges. This shift is powerful because your brain believes what you tell it most. Positive self-talk builds confidence, fuels action, and strengthens your resilience. It creates an internal environment where growth and leadership can thrive. Leaders master this inner dialogue. They don't wait to feel confident. They choose to speak confidently to themselves first. This mental rehearsal prepares them to take bold action and communicate with clarity. Remember, your words matter, not just to others, but to yourself. The way you talk to yourself influences your emotions, your motivation, and your results. Force yourself to change your internal script, and you will change your life. Start today by catching negative thoughts and replacing them with positive, action-focused statements. This mental habit is the foundation of all successful communication and leadership. It's the secret power behind every great leader's confidence and courage. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your reality. It's what keeps you moving when motivation fades and fear tries to pull you back. Forcing yourself to take action consistently builds this discipline, transforming fleeting effort into lasting change. Leaders don't rely on inspiration alone. They understand that waiting for motivation is unreliable. Instead, they cultivate discipline by committing to daily action, no matter how small. This steady commitment rewires the brain, creating habits that lead to success. Discipline trains your mind to focus on what matters, ignoring distractions and doubts. It creates a mental toughness that carries you through difficult moments and setbacks. When you force yourself to act regularly, you prove to yourself that you can trust your own willpower. This trust builds confidence and self-respect. You begin to see yourself as someone who follows through, And that identity change strengthens your ability to lead and communicate with authority. Remember, discipline is not about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about showing up every day, speaking up, and taking action even when you don't feel like it. This consistent effort compounds, turning small actions into big results. By developing discipline, you take control of your future. You stop being a passenger and become the driver of your life. This is the foundation for clear communication, confident leadership, and unstoppable success. The stories you tell yourself shape how you show up in the world. If you see yourself as someone who always hesitates or stays silent, that story becomes your reality. But if you rewrite your story to one of action and leadership, your whole life begins to change. Forcing yourself to take action means creating a new narrative. You become the person who speaks with confidence, who faces challenges head-on, and who leads with purpose. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's a psychological shift that rewires your brain for success. Your brain is incredibly adaptable. When you repeat new stories and take new actions, you build new neural pathways. These pathways strengthen over time, making your new identity feel natural and automatic. This is why mindset is everything. Leaders don't wait to feel like leaders. They act like leaders. They speak like leaders. They build their identity through consistent action and communication. So, start telling yourself a new story today. Say, I am a person who takes action. Say, I am a confident communicator. Say, I lead with courage. These words become beliefs, and beliefs become reality. Remember, you have the power to change your story at any moment. Every action you take is a chapter in that story. Force yourself to write a story worth living, a story of strength, courage, and leadership. Surrounding yourself with the right people is crucial for growth. The company you keep influences your mindset, your habits, and your willingness to take action. Leaders choose to be around those who inspire, challenge, and support them. When you force yourself to take action, it helps to have a circle that encourages you to keep moving forward. Positive influences push you to communicate boldly and step into your leadership. They remind you that discomfort is part of growth and that hesitation only slows progress. Negative or doubtful people can drain your motivation and feed your fears. They reinforce old stories that keep you stuck. To rise as a leader, you must be intentional about who you listen to and spend time with. Surround yourself with those who believe in action over excuses, those who speak with clarity and confidence, those who lead by example. Their energy becomes your fuel. Their mindset becomes your guide. When you commit to action, the right environment amplifies your growth and strengthens your resolve. Remember, leadership is not a solo journey. The people around you shape your path. Choose wisely. Choose growth. Choose action. At the core of every success story is a simple truth: action creates change. Waiting for perfect conditions or the right moment only keeps you stuck. The leaders who inspire and achieve force themselves to move forward no matter the obstacles. Taking action is a declaration, a promise to yourself that your dreams matter more than your fears. It's the seed from which confidence, clarity, and leadership grow. Without action, ideas remain dreams and potential stays hidden. Every time you force yourself to act, you reshape your future. You rewrite your story. You become the person who leads, who inspires, who changes the world around them. Remember, the journey won't always be easy. You will face fear, doubt, and setbacks. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple: the courage to act anyway. So choose action today. Speak up, take the step, and move forward. Your future self is waiting, stronger, wiser, and ready to lead. The power to change your life is in your hands. Force yourself to take action and watch your world transform.